chase that check. I gotta get that money, I gotta chase that check. But you ain't got no space, and you ain't chase no check. Then you ain't get no money, then you ain't got no tech. And I can bleed it, and I can trust it. And I can bleed what I wanna do, I want it. And I can bleed what I wanna do, I love it. They hating on me in public, I love it. But I be chasing money, and I be chasing honeys, and that's my fucking problem. I'm a fucking dummy, but I'm a crash one, and that's one day, honey. And you gon' get that one day when I'm done chasing money. Cash accumulate over days, and chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days, and chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days, and chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days, and chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days, and chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days, and chase that check over days. Chase that check. Yeah, chase that check. I had a moment of silence, cause I be chasing that check. And this shit so crazy, I don't even stress. Yeah, the bitch left, but they ain't the first time she left. It's like a boomerang, she come bouncing back. Just because it did, yeah, she do a spin. Yeah, she do the spin. Yeah, she spin on that 10. Yeah, but I'ma stay on point. I gotta get that money, just like my joints. They spread out, and I flop my wings. If I was a bird, I'd be a wing. Yeah, you get it? Yeah, that's first class shit. First class, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Bitch, I'm the pilot lit. I'm the pilot lit. Business owner. I represent. I'm from the fold. Everybody throw up that shit. Let cash accumulate over days. And chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days. And chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days. And chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days. And chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days. And chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days. And chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days. And chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days. And chase that check for days.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the recap with Let Cash Accumulate over days. And what a Monday. What a Monday. I hope you guys enjoying your evening. Of course, this beautiful Monday, May 22nd here. Before we go any further here, we would like to go over the description. And that is pretty much, what it always is. Pull it up here 1 second. May 22nd. I'll read this out loud for you guys. Yeah, man, like I said, I hope y'all enjoying y'all wonderful Monday. But like I said, this is the recap of the SPY, QQQs, IWM, DI, VIX, Netflix, Microsoft. We're going over Morgan Stanley this week with LCAOD. And this is the recap coverage from the stock and crypto market. These are live ideas of thought and studies. This is not financial advice on this stream or with this company. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you could hit that like and subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel, man, and then you'll be locked in. You'll know what's going on. This is all free game. But at the end of the day, I do this for my clients as well, and they getting the real insight. What's going on day to day. But this is free game here. At the end of the day, though, let's go over what happened today. So pretty much, you guys, no deal still on that debt ceiling situation. That's pretty much what's going on with the market, you guys, right now. Everybody's concerned about it. Some people are acting like it's not a big deal. They might know something more than you do. That's all that is. But I mean, at the end of the day, that is a big deal. That is what Wall Street is worried about. So nothing changed today. A little change. S&P 500 closes a little change on Monday as pivotal debt ceiling meeting looms. NASDAQ hits highest level since August. The benchmark index inched 0.02% higher to finish at 4,192.63, while the Dow Jones industrial average lost 140.5 points, or 0.42% to end at 33,286.58. The Nasdaq Composite gained 0.5% to settle at 12,720.78. So that's pretty much what happened today in the overall market, you guys. Everything just a little change there. At the beginning of the day, you did see stocks try to push to those levels, those new levels that they wanted to go to, and they wanted to rally, you could tell, but it was resistance there. Crazy. You got the bears, they put up a little wall there for now. You got some new bears popping out here. It's trying to show that it's still a bear market, and it's like, think about the climb to the top here. You got a bull striking through, and you know, it's at a point where it's market. It's a bull market. So now you got bears trying to claw and knock it down. You know how that's gonna be, but they can fall easily because we're not in their perimeter anymore. It's not a bear market. You know, the market has changed. We're in a full bull market as of now. And it's been like that for the past 3 days. So right now, investors are just trying to see how long it can hold up, or is it going to even hold up, or is it about to push higher as it's holding up? You know, that's what's really what you could be thinking about right now. So going into the spring, the spring is ending, going into the summer. So, you know, going into the fall, you got to kind of be thinking a little ahead now. What's next? So that's really what it is. But the debt ceiling is still the key here, and the meeting looms, and you got to kind of push and pull thing where there is going to be a deal and there isn't a deal yet. So and they're saying it's possible it might not be one. But who knows? We're going to really see here. The deadline is June the 1st. So if they don't have the deal by June the 1st, you can start seeing a decline in the stock market overall. That's what they're basically saying. And it could be it might not be a 45% or straight down. Who knows? Bears are you know, clawful. They will claw that down to the downside real quickly. So you never know. It could be 45% quick. Boom. And then reset the whole market, but you just never know. It could just be one of those things where it goes down slowly, 15% first, 10% here next, 5% there next. You know what I'm saying? So overall, it'd be totaling about 45% if there is no debt ceiling deal. So pretty much that's a lot of drama behind that today, and that's what people were talking about all day pretty much. So we're going to see what's going on. Fed speakers this week, you know, seen a lot on Monday. None of them, the market really buzzed all three of them off, so nothing really changed today. We're going to see what Logan's going to say tomorrow and Collins on Thursday, but that's it. Be on the lookout for that. And economic data, of course, here is key, kicking in tomorrow. Services PMI, manufacturing PMI data, new home sales data. Of course, that's going to be key. And then, you know, we got tomorrow Fed FOMC minutes. Don't forget about that. Q1 GDP on Thursday is key. Jobless claims on Thursday and pending home sales on Thursday. That is an error. That's not supposed to be Tuesday. It's supposed to be Thursday. That is an error. So Thursday, pending home sales data, you guys. And core PCE price index on Friday. That's what's going on. We're watching out for the data still with the overall market. Top 5 things to know this week. Debt ceiling drama. Like I said, been saying that's just the key right now. Is Joe Biden going to deny the deal? Is he really about to say, no, I don't want to sign a deal because the Republicans are not really up to my par with it on the Democrat side, how I'm looking at it? Boom. If he says that, market going backwards, going down, this is your top here. It'll be a decline. So just keep that in mind, for real. It's a real thing right now at risk, at stake. So this is what people are focused on. It's a lot of drama. He signs the deal. Obviously, the market continues to rally as you've seen so far. So keep that in mind. Fed meeting minutes on Wednesday. U.S. PCE inflation data as well. You got a lot of earnings going on. It really starts tomorrow. Zoom did something after hours. We'll look at it, not too much, but we got lows in the morning on the earnings. You know, we got some earnings going on here. So it's about to get real here. The volatility is about to kick in starting tomorrow. We got Dick's Sporting Goods. They're reporting in the morning. In AutoZone, there's going to be a lot of volatility in AutoZone. Talking about $100 move, 100-point move there on AutoZone, up or down. So we're going to see it's going to be a lot of volatility in the market in the morning. We'll be on the lookout for it. LCAOD. Pretty much they're saying buy Dick's Sporting Goods. Sell the video. One stock to buy, one stock to sell. This week, we're about to find out tomorrow on Dick's Sporting Goods if you should buy. And then the video will be saying if you should sell. So that's just what we're looking at right now, and that's just what it is. So let's get right into the charts and the numbers. Ain't gonna hold y'all long today. It's real simple and short and sweet, you know, since there was barely any movement today. So we're gonna start with the SPY, looking at the SPY, seeing what it did. It looks like they did that consolidation thing I was talking about yesterday on the recap. Make sure you guys check that out. And I was drawing there, I just erased it, but check out the recap from yesterday. You know what I'm talking about. But they just really just consolidated in that area what I was talking about and what I expected. So I mean, and the only reason I'm expecting this, guys, is because this rally took a while to get to, and it's happened in 5 days. So I'm not expecting the market makers to be evil people and take their profit right back quick if they don't take it. It's not how these things work. This is not a casino. This is a business at the end of the day. They actually like what they just did. So you got to understand it's going to consolidate and see if it can hang here in this new range here with all this inflation data and everything. It's just trying to match up to the data. Basically, the market is trying to match up with the data, and it looks like it's matching up pretty swell. The market basically has been oversold for a while. Looking at We good? We live? Okay. Looks like we're live. Sorry, it looks like we had a little error there with the Wi-Fi. Apologies there. But like I said, it looks like year to date though, it looks like we are matching up with the data now as the market is starting to from basically what I was saying. So it looks like definitely the market was basically from year to date, it was oversold for a while. Last year we technically were in a recession when the spot was at about 380. Well, we were peaking at one anyway. And we even peaked at one down here when we got down to this point in last year at 365, 345. That was kind of the start of a recession right there. But then the market just rallied from here, and then now we're just back up here at the highs. So you see the spot doesn't have too much more to feel, but if it does feel this or go right past it, you got to start looking at the next levels here, you guys. And if you're not going to get in and join in and buy in with this group here, then you probably should be looking a little longer at about 440 because that's probably where the thing is heading. If it breaks above this next level here at about 428, so the next level of resistance is about 440 literally. So looking at how the bulls were doing things about a couple years ago, 2020 to 2000 now, 2023 obviously, but we just been here 5 years out, 2020, right here, ended, boom. So, you know what I'm saying? The spot has technically been up here since then, you see. So we're just really pushing back. Like I said, we're pushing back to the highs. It looks like the bulls are definitely back in control. We're in a bull market now, you guys. So you just got to keep that in mind. The volatility is more so going towards the bulls. And the prices are pushing higher right now. It's just what it is. For a while, like I said, it was pushing down. So at the end of the day, we could be peaking here. Like I said, we could be peaking this candle right here that I'm thinking at 428. It might peak right at it. It might not even hit that. You see what I'm saying? We're right here at 418, so it might peak right at it. It might not even hit this right here, and then it might just really start to back test here, and then you see what the bears were trying to say all along. And then they'll have a little bit more momentum to be right, but then you still could see another retest higher going forward. So it's a lot to be thinking about right now. The market is definitely about to reshape itself with all this debt ceiling talk, and you got another Fed meeting coming up in June. It's a lot of stuff going on with the SPY and the companies, and you got earnings still going on this week. NVIDIA this week is a key earnings piece to the puzzle for the SPY. So we're going to be seeing what's going to happen this week, you guys. It's a very important week on the SPY and overall everything else too as well. So looking at the 1 day perspective here on the SPY, you guys, to the upside tomorrow, just looking for a retest of 420. If you can retest 420 tomorrow, I think they hook it and key it, and it tries to show you 421 possibly, 421.18 to possibly 421.50 on the board. And then, if that can hold you guys, this thing can really get bullish to 422 on the SPY to the upside tomorrow. or by the end of the week soon coming. You know, it just looks like that, especially if there is a deal coming and, you know, people are just kind of panicking right now. You got to think because it's holding up. The SPY's holding up. We're consolidating up in the area. There's no pullback. There's no steep pullback from 5 days. You know, if you see this down here, obviously, then it's time to, you know, think into consideration of the market is actually flipped back to bearish if you see that. But if not, you know, like I said, to the upside, that's what I'm expecting here on the SPY coming soon. But to the downside, you know, I am, like I said, looking at it closely because, like, we are, like I said, peaking. This is either your make it or break it point here. With the bulls are in full control. It's like watching a movie and, you know, like eating popcorn and it's exciting. And you're like, what's gonna happen next? And you smile at the TV and you just look, or you're smiling at the theater, whatever, wherever you're at watching the movie, and you're just smiling and you don't know what's gonna happen next. Like that's where we're at right now in the SPY, kind of like in the air. So it's either you're going to go up from here, or if not, this is your top. We are peaking, and I'm expecting to pull back to about 419.20 to the downside, right there to the middle. There's VWAP there, and then down more here, I'm looking at 418.60. If that doesn't hold tomorrow, then expect to break below 417.20 to possibly 417 again, retest as support, you guys, because they're trying to say that's support right now. So we're going to see if that really is right there tomorrow. If this is the top, we'll be looking at the SPY from both directions there. Obviously, triple Qs. Triple Qs, same thing. Did y'all notice the switch today? The switch with the triple Qs today obviously was they stayed up, and I seen the Dow Jones is actually going down. So I am noticing some trend change here going on, and it's just something to be cautious about, paying attention to. Numbers on the board, price action, and charts and everything. That's the key. That's how you get paid. So I notice the change. Notice the numbers there are changing here. The triple Qs are actually getting higher. The Dow is actually going down. I don't know how long this is gonna continue, or will you see the Dow start to pick back up and go above it? You see what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna end up happening with that? Or is the triple Qs gonna top out and come back down below where the Dow is at now? You see what I'm saying? These are all possibilities and considerations here that can happen. And pretty much, you know, that's just what the triple Qs is looking at. I mean, they've been the winner all year. Basically, they're their leader. You know, big tech, got NASDAQ super up here. Large companies are up here. And like I said, they're looking really bullish. So it looks like the next levels for them to retest is at 345, or either, you know, they push above that 360 there, 360, 370, or, you know, they're either pushing here to the all-time high there, close to it, 394, 393. So it's just levels what we're looking at now here on the triple Qs. This is what we're trying to see, if this is where they're heading, you know, because that's really the next buy zones here in the triple Qs. Considering if you didn't buy down here at all or here at all, or you know what I mean. So this was your last chance. So you just kind of just playing it day by day. If you didn't buy down there at the lows, hell, if you didn't even buy in 2020, whenever, you know, over here, you see what I'm saying? You're just kind of playing it day by day. So at the end of the day, all it does matter about is, you know, is they chasing the first arrow there to the high of the 345. That's just the key. You know, and if you see that, and you'll be able to tell that it is going higher and higher, and it is a possibility that it could reach a level of 380 on the triple Qs, because the way things are going. And you got to understand the stock market, you know, presidential candidates, all that stuff is about to change within a year span here going on. So it's a possibility that it could change. All this stuff is in consideration now. So it's just about like the market. The market doesn't necessarily have to go down until the election, if you think about that. So, you know, it's a lot going on, but, you know, it's obviously it's not going to go straight up every day. It's going to be some up and down and up and down, up and down fights. But at the end of it all, when it boils down to it, you'll see the market where it wanted to be all along, each day by day. So that's just what we're looking at now, and it looks like the triple Qs definitely just want a lot of upside. And if that's the case, like I said, you've got a lot of companies that really are still at their lows and can really become monsters again, and it'll push the triple Qs higher, and it'll push the companies higher as well. So just something to be looking out for there. You know, definitely if you get this next break here to 340 on the triple Q. So that's what I'm looking at on the 1-day perspective. Right now, you know, they got momentum. That was really bullish today. They held it up from Friday, and it went up a little, and it's holding up. So next level I'm looking for it to tag is 340. You get to 340, you may see rejection, but if you see rejection and buyback, you guys, this thing is really bullish, and it's going to 340, 150 to 342 possibly real quick there with the debt ceiling deal. Obviously, I'm thinking that will be approved, and they'll find a way to get it done. And that's the upside levels I'm looking at. Now to the downside, no deal. Obviously, this is your top. You may, like I said, still see that 340 tag, but it might reject and not go back up. So it's a possibility this is your top right here. And if that is, the triple Qs will come down here back to about 337 to 336.50. You'll definitely see about 335 here on the triple Qs to the downside. So that's the levels I'm looking out for. I'm trying to see if that 335 is support, or is that going to turn into resistance here soon if, say, there is no deal and things are looking bad here on the triple Qs, or they just turn out to be for NVIDIA earnings. Who knows? We're just throwing things into consideration. But anything can happen, you know. That's the levels we're looking out for, though, on the triple Qs. DIA. At the end of the day, DIA, like I said, they're down here at critical support now, the Dow Jones is. So I'm looking for a bounce back to 335 here to really show that you're bullish again on the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones, you got to remember, they're 30,000. You know, it's a big ETF. The companies in that have a lot of strength and money. So when those companies pick back up, obviously the market will definitely start to make sense what it is. And I think you got the Dow Jones right here at a critical support here, where this is a possible saying where they say the rich get richer here. And you could just be they're buying into this last support dip because they know it's about to rocket straight to this level here, 336 here area. And once you get there, I'm just trying to see if it's going to hold this time because you see it didn't over here. So now it's all about holding now when you get back to this level to the upside on the Dow Jones. So that's what I'm looking out for here. If you're going to hold up that level and push back to 337.50 like I know you can, and literally 340 like I know you can as well on the Dow Jones, because you were there previously about a month when you look back at the chart. So I know what's capable of happening here. You look like you might be getting a little pop sooner in the Dow Jones. Just be on the lookout for that on the upside. But if not, to the downside, because like I said, this is technically, this is a point where it can just, you know, flush. So it's posed to right here. And if it does, you'll see it flush right to 330 to the downside on the Dow. And I'm looking for 329, 328. And if that support doesn't kick in right there, you might see the Dow really start to get ugly there at that point to the downside. So we'll be looking out for those levels. IWM. Okay, so the IWM, you guys, they finally did it. The IWM went crazy today. 180. There's almost there. Do you see that? 1 point away right now. $1 away. Actually, 97 cents away from 180. That is amazing. The IWM, they made a comeback there. So I'm expecting the Dow Jones to do that as well. You see what I'm saying? Because the IWM has finally made that comeback. When you look 5 days out, they were just down here at 172. Now they're up here at 179. And I've seen a lot of little mini stocks going crazy today. GME was up. AMC, all that was up today. You've seen that. And they rallied the market. And PET was up. And they had earnings. It went down. But, you know, a lot of, like I said, Russell 2000 stocks, little small stocks, you know, like I said, like GameStop, et cetera, AMC, et cetera, like they had a good, strong day today. And you've seen that push the IWM up. So that's what's going on. That's how that works. But at the end of the day, I definitely see the IWM right here pushing to this 180 level. They must touch it. They've been waiting for this level for so long. It's been about almost literally, you got to look like 6 months. It's been about 6 months. I would even say 3. You can say 3. You can say 3 months, but that red candle, nobody got filled. That's pre-market action. It's sold off. So nobody even got that, and that was 3 months ago. So think about that. That 180 level must get tagged there if the Bulls want to show that this is their market right now. This is a bull market. This is a bullish market currently, and it just flipped like 2 or 3 days ago. So keep that in mind. This is a fresh bull market. You got a fresh baby bull blooming out right now on the IWM. So to the upside, 180 is the level I'm expecting. If you can't get there, the next level is 182.50, but you know, we'll talk about that if that is next level in play. And after that level, the next level, there's no resistance till about 190 to 192 on the IWM to the upside. So just keep that in mind. If the IWM, if you see that breaking above 180, trying to go to 182, just know the next move is coming. There's no resistance till about 190 to 192 on the IWM. So to the downside, though, if this is your top, because it has been for the past 3 months, as you can see, I am expecting a pullback there straight to 177 on the downside there. And if that doesn't hold, next level should be that 175 on the IWM to the downside. VIX, the volatility, speed of the market. VIX, the VIX, where you at? What you got going on? From the one-day perspective, ooh, we got a little spike here in the VIX, didn't we? We got a spike today, didn't we, in the VIX? See, that's what I'm saying about the VIX. The VIX can have these moments and they do this. This was a huge spike right there. So you got a spike from $16.89 all the way to $18.13. So the volatility got really, really spooky there today. It looks like something happened. I think I seen some headlines with it was a false report that the Pentagon was on fire or had been bombed or something, and it was fake news on TMZ. They were taking pictures. It was like a fake picture, like an AI picture of that, and I think this may have caused that volatility this morning. I don't know when that picture was released. But I don't know what caused this spike right here to that volatility. But you see what I mean about the VIX doing this type of spikes here, and that's a lot of speed there in the market entering there. So obviously the market was pulling back at one point, and then you seen it came back into the regular zone. It closed at $17.20. So that's why you seen the market actually hold up. But you see these spikes. That's what I'm talking about on the VIX. You see the volatility can come in the market at any point in time. And you saw that right there on that from the one-day perspective. So, and you see this candle right here got way above these two candles. That's not technically that's a fill candle, but it's like a gap of fill. So it's either going to fill below or above right now. That's what's going on right now at the VIX. So now we got some room to run here on the VIX. They done threw a candle in there. So it looks like the VIX is either about to spike to the upside there. And if you do see this on the VIX, be looking out for this level here. Expect the stocks to be pulled back, coming down. You'll see a little dip here in the market. And if the deal doesn't go through, you will probably see a candle above this one. But as of now, looking at it from this perspective here, if you see this candle get filled about $18.10, you guys expect the market to pull back there to. That's on the upside. On the VIX. To the downside, if you see the candle fill to the downside right at $16.83, expect more bullish room there in the market. The market is about to rally again. You're about to see more running there to the upside as you have saw, and the market is bullish currently at this moment. We're in a bull market since literally past. When was it? Not a couple of days. Last week, on Wednesday. Last Wednesday, excuse me. So last Wednesday, the market has been bullish since then. So just keep that in mind right now. So if you see that to the downside on the VIX, expect more upside in the stock market. Netflix. Oh, Netflix. Netflix. Okay. I'm trying to add indicators. I'm sorry. I'm going to just remove those. But Netflix, let's go ahead and get into it from the one-day perspective. Oh, Netflix. So this is kind of what happened today on Netflix, you guys. So I was looking for the chart here. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so got it back there. Sorry. Okay, so sorry about that. Apologies. But Netflix, though, here you guys, as you can see, but got below the channel today. Yeah, I'm circling it right here, the channel. So got below the channel today. So it's looking very weak now, considering the rally that they just made, though, you guys. You got to understand, it went from 332 to They just went from 332 to 376. Now they're fading. They're fading, but you got to understand the fade. That was a pop today right there, letting you know there's a bridge there. They're fading. It could fade more. Like I said, it's a possibility it fades back to 358. There's possibility for that 357. But I don't see too much fading. I don't think it's going to just fade and fall off a cliff here. Now, unless you just get no debt ceiling deal, then that rally was for no reason, obviously. But we're looking at everything closely. I don't think it's going to fall off a cliff. I think you'll find support at 357, and you'll see it bounce back up to the upside, trying to get back to 360 plus. That's what it looks like Netflix is heading. So it looks like Netflix is heading that route. Day perspective here. Okay, so from the 1 day perspective here, though, Netflix is heading. It looks bearish here. Now, just expect another pop now to the upside. That's what I am looking for because it faded all day technically. So there's going to some more buying since what happened last week. There's some buying going on here. So it's just a lot of selling right now. People taking profits, trying to figure out what's going on with the stock. A lot of excitement over the past couple of days with Netflix last week when it made this move, this tremendous move. This is an out of debt move. This is how you become a millionaire move, a billionaire move, a trillionaire move, literally. So Netflix moved that much last week. So investors, just trying to figure out what's going to happen next. But the next thing I can tell you on the looking at this chart here and these numbers, expect a pop here back to 367. If that holds, next level is 370, retest again to the upside. You might see it hold this time and then push to 374 on Netflix, and then it's a possible chance you get to 374. It just pushes to 380 and short squeeze again on Netflix because you're gonna see a higher high here eventually from the past 5 days. Obviously, that's the goal on Netflix, and it's coming. It's just a matter of time. I think this move can happen within the next couple of weeks, though, on Netflix because it's so bullish and it was showing so much strength there to the upside. So definitely they're going back up. If that's how it'll look there to the upside. But that's the levels I'm expecting on Netflix. Like I said, starting with 367 first, must hold and break. And once I see that, I know 370 is back in play, and then more than likely it's going to go above this time, 374. And then 374, there is no resistance. There will be a rocket to 380. It'll be a test to 380 there. And if really you can get to 380, you guys, on Netflix, the next level of resistance, if it does break above 380, will be 390, you guys. And then I can see a stall moment there because they're going to realize they're almost back at 400. They're back in the 400 bubble. And once like I said, I'm thinking by August, possibly, if Netflix is this bullish, I think by August, Netflix can get to 400. Looking at how things are now and the move they just made within a 2-day span, you got to understand that, you guys. So 400 by the end of the summer. If you do get a debt ceiling deal, obviously, Netflix is bullish and there are 400s in play still to this day, as I'm saying. Give it some time, but 400s in play by the end of the year for sure. But to the downside, though, if not, and it looks like from last week, 5 days out, this was your top here, 375. So if that is the case, you see it flagging like this. Like I said, I think it'll be a real back test of 358. It's going to pull back to 358, 357. There was a lot of sellers there when it all started. I think there'll be a lot of sellers back to this point, and then I think it is possibility you'll get a good trade with some buyers there at 357 on Netflix to the downside. Now there is a possibility, that doesn't hold. The next level to be looking out for is about 353, but I don't see any lower. 353 probably is your floor there on Netflix to the downside. Microsoft. Oh, Microsoft. So they're extremely bullish, man. AI agenda is going well for them as well. 322 top today. We're getting back to, man, the point where 5 years out here on Microsoft, it looks like they just got this much left to fill. And they're almost there, man. They're almost there. They're almost about to get in that range of 330, 340. And you know, I think with time, I think within a couple months, I don't Microsoft is showing me like they know they're gonna make the move, but they're nonchalantly making the move, so they're stepping up. And I think with time, like I said, with Netflix by the end of August going into the fall, I think you can see Microsoft past the all-time highs, maybe 350 within like September. You know what I mean? Possibly 356. It's just levels above it. It's going to break new all-time highs. You can tell. But from right now, that's long term thinking. You know, and it's a possibility too. You know, if things are not well and the debt ceiling deal doesn't get resolved, and you know, this is the top. You got to just be thinking about that, knowing that, looking at the all-time highs, 344. We may not even test that extra $20 and try to go above it, $20. So it's a possibility that this is the top here, and expect Netflix to at least come back to like the 300 level, 290, and I think that'll be reasonable for the market. I think a lot of people will buy in there at that area. And you know, you might see it hold for a while going into the summer, end of the summer, going into the fall. So that's just long-term levels, obviously, to be thinking on Microsoft. But from the one-day perspective here, you guys, like I said, Microsoft is still stepping up. They hit this target today at 322. So the next level of resistance ain't till about 325, you guys, to the upside on Microsoft. You know, you break above 325, you guys. Next level is 327 on Microsoft to the upside. So them the levels, next two levels I'm looking out for to the upside on Microsoft. If not, this is your top to the downside. I am expecting a pullback here to 320 on Microsoft. Retest, if that doesn't hold this time, I'm thinking it'll come back to at least 318 to the downside. Right now, Microsoft, you may possibly see that not holding. It may go to 316 to the downside on Microsoft. But that's probably going to be your floor, your recent floor, if there is no debt ceiling deal. I think the stock market will just figure out what it wants to do without the deal, you know, and obviously from that point, it will be back into a bear market if you do see Microsoft heading towards that direction to the downside. And we'll see if, you know, things try to retest to go back up if you do see this action taking place here to the downside on Microsoft. Morgan Stanley. Same thing. This is a bank here. They're at the bridge. They're at the bridge. They can jump here. Remember, banks collapse. Morgan Stanley. This candle they put in today, don't know what it is. That's really a sign of that could be a bull flag or bear flag, depending on what color that is tomorrow and what the next candle may look like tomorrow. So that's just what we're looking out for with this bank here, Morgan Stanley. Remember, the banks they've been collapsing. There's word that it's 190 banks that's possible to collapse. You know, and then they're saying 190 banks possible not to be saved, basically, technically. So all 190 may not collapse, but they're saying they're not going to save all 190 either. So just keep that in mind. We don't know. It's like bingo right now with the banks. It's like Yahtzee, who got it, like who don't. It's literally that's what's the make or break point with every bank right now in the market. So keep that in mind. Morgan Stanley's right here on the edge, you guys. Nobody has a clue what's going on. It looks scary. It looks shaky considering 6 months out here. They playing with an area they shouldn't be at right now. And you know, it's like I said, this is bull or bear flag, and one or the other is you're gonna see a pop or drop here on Morgan Stanley soon here. So be expecting that. But like I said, from the 1 day perspective, if to the upside, if it can get back to $82.70 tomorrow, I'm looking forward to break to about 83.50 tomorrow to the upside on Morgan Stanley. Just to show that you're a little bit more bullish than you were on Monday. You know, that's the upside levels I'm looking out for. So to the downside, if not, I am looking for this thing to flush. Go ahead and flush, you guys. It's time to go ahead and break it down. You see what I'm saying? And if that's the case here, this bank possibly could be almost collapsing, or who knows? Who knows? But if it start going down here to 81, you guys expect that to hold, and you might see a flush to about 80 on Morgan Stanley, and then you'll start to see a lot of media attention on it and to see what they got going on, if this thing is about to collapse or not. People are going to start panicking. So just keep that in mind right there on Morgan Stanley, and that's pretty much it. That's what we're going over this week. And the earnings, you guys, I'll show you Zoom, and we're going to slide Zoom. So this is what Zoom did after hours today, you guys. Nothing too much. So hope you didn't buy into it. That 78 did not get filled. It closed right here, right where it started, $72. So put in call contracts got wiped there on earnings there. Remember I said earnings is 50-50. It's really a gamble, a casino when you're doing that, when you're picking earnings before. So usually it's best to wait. Always it's best to wait after earnings, obviously. And, you know, some people wait a couple weeks. So, but Zoom, we'll see what direction is taking place tomorrow. We got earnings in the morning. Remember that. So we'll be on the lookout for those companies' names in the morning, you guys. But that's pretty much it here. We're going to wrap it up. Stock futures are up slightly as Wall Street watches for debt ceiling progress. So futures are green. It is bullish there. So hopefully that green holds all the way to the morning, all the way to the opening bell. McCarthy calls Biden meeting productive and professional, but no debt ceiling deal yet. Oh wow. Damien Warren souring commercial real estate loans could threaten some banks. Oh, you see that? You see these two headlines? No debt ceiling deal yet, but the meeting was productive and professional with Biden, so Biden might sign it. And Damien, the JPM Morgan CEO, warned souring commercial real estate loans could threaten some banks. Ooh, like I said, we're playing bingo with the banks, you guys. We're playing Connect Four with the banks. We're playing Monopoly with the banks. It's all a game with the banks right now. Yeah, who's next to go? Who's next to blow? That's what's going on with the bank. So keep that in mind on Morgan Stanley tomorrow for real. Be looking out for those levels. And like I said, I'll see y'all tomorrow with another recap, man. But this was the recap of the spot. QQQ's IWM, DIA, VIX, Netflix, Microsoft, Morgan Stanley with LCAOD. I will see y'all tomorrow with another recap. Peace.